All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, HaKodash. Double is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this Thursday Live, I wanted to cover a few topics here. I have a few videos here pulled up through the Spirit. And I just wanted to highlight some current news and also the current state of America and just how pretty much this empire is rapidly falling. And all the signs are pointing towards Babylon being destroyed. Wickedness has consumed this country, has consumed the world, but in particular, America. This country is consumed by wickedness. And you can see it on the people, all right? You can see it in their conduct. You can hear it in their speech. You can see it just overall in their lifestyle, man. And it's starting to drain these people, all right? They're drained by all the wickedness that they're into, man. You can see it on their faces, bro. More and more people starting to commit, are starting to unalive themselves more and more. They're on more and more drugs. I mean, it's getting worse, okay? So I just want to cover a few things here, man, that I have pulled up. And Lord willing, this is edifying, all right? So real quick, I want to start off here with this video from Redacted. And this is concerning, this so-called alien tech, this, a spaceship or it's a asteroid heading towards Earth, as they say, right? So I'm going to play this here, then I'll do my response to it, and I'll grab a scripture and move on to my next video, man. So here we go.
So is 3I Atlas a space rock? Is it an alien craft? Now, you recall back in January, Jeremy Corbell, UFO documentarian, filmmaker, researcher, obviously been to Capitol Hill. He's met with all of these people. He warned all of us that the lie they were going to tell coming forward now was that we would be visited by some large interstellar craft, would be heading towards Earth. It would be extraterrestrial in origin, and we better batten down the hatches, get ready for it. I don't know, turn over all of our biometrics, give up all of our freedom, all of that. That's what was coming. He said it would be a big lie. Get ready for it. And then just on cue, just a few short months later, sure enough, now reports are 3I Atlas heading towards Earth on sort of a collision course of sorts. Here's the Daily Mail. Mysterious interstellar object aiming at Earth is not natural, as scientists rule out comet theory. Now, that headline could be construed as misleading because hundreds of scientists have come forward and physicists have said that this is a comet. It is natural. Then you have Harvard scientist Avi Loeb saying there's no tail on this thing, and therefore it's not natural, it's not a comet. Sounds similar to the Philip, can you help me out with this? Even though I know how to... Oumuamua. The Hawaiian name, Oumuamua. You remember that from a number of years ago, that long, like cigar-shaped craft that was sort of giving off weird signals and heading towards Earth in some capacity, Oumuamua. So this is the third in that series now. Here's some images. Here's what Dr. John Brandenburg wrote. 3I Atlas is not a comet. Comets are dirty snowballs of ices and silicate dusts, usually dominated by water ice, but also more volatile ices like CO, which vaporize beyond Jupiter. The 2I Borisov, which was the second one in this, displayed this. Oumuamua did not. 3I Atlas is now emulating the latter, so similar to Oumuamua. Be alert, he says. Well, Ron James, Media Relations Director for MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network, is joining us now. He's also the creator of the film Accidental Truth. And, of course, Ron has to deal with all of these reports that come in at MUFON and then goes out and actually investigates the veracity of these claims. Ron, great to have you here on the show for the first time. Nice to meet you.
I've never been a part of something from the beginning. Everybody sees a big tourist town that has property.
Thanks for having me on. I'm a real fan.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I've been a fan of MUFON for a very long time, going back to my childhood. So it's great to have you on here. So you know Jeremy Corbell's comments in early part of the year about being warned about this lie that's being perpetrated. Then you have Avi Loeb from Harvard and others now saying that this is clearly not man, this is not natural. This is not a comet. What are you guys at MUFON dealing with on this subject right now? How are you? Can you help us parse this?
Well, MUFON is dedicated to the scientific understanding of the phenomenon. And what we're looking at here is we've got on Avi Loeb and we've got John Brandenburg, both of whom I've spent time with and I respect a lot. But there is not a great deal of other opinions that are lining up to promote this as some kind of unnatural item that's coming through the galaxy. So NASA is still billing it as a comet. There are some unusual aspects to it, certainly, but there's nothing definitive that could make us say, yes, we support the idea that this is an artificial craft at this time. But we can't disallow it either.
Yeah, we can't just allow it. But others
we can't disallow it.
Disallow it, exactly. You're right. So then what do you make of Avi Loeb's comments on this? I'm hearing from other insiders and physicists and friends who are saying that this is definitely just a rock. Like, what would be the motivation for Avi Loeb to be saying that this is some sort of an alien tech that's heading our way? Like, what's the motivation? And maybe you could tie this to what Jeremy Corbell was warning us about. Like, what's the motivation for lying to us if it is a lie?
Well, it's interesting. Avi has made his way into the limelight with these kinds of claims. It started with Oumuamua that he claimed was potentially an unnatural craft, and then he raised some money and went and pulled magnets across the bottom of the ocean, trying to recover items from under the ocean from a meteorite, which we still don't have the complete data on that yet. And now this new phenomenon is something that he's also calling attention to, the idea that there's some unusual characteristics about it that could potentially point to an artificial origin. And all of that is perfectly fine. But we do have a history of not claims, because he doesn't claim that this stuff is fact, but we do have a history of him calling attention to things that remain inconclusive. Now, nothing against Avi. I respect his work a lot. And as a Harvard astronomer, it took a lot of courage for him to come forward with some of these ideas. And they may yet prove to be true. And then with Jeremy Corbell and what he said about us being deceived by the claim of an extraterrestrial spaceship coming toward Earth, I've been talking to the same people in Washington that he has. I travel in some of the same circles in D.C. And also there's a researcher named Richard Dolan who put out a book and series about false flag operations. And one of them was called Project Bluebeam. The idea that we would be faked out about alien craft coming for the purpose of reshaping society and anything else they could do while they had us under control. Jeremy's kind of espousing that same sort of.
Well, look, man, whatever it is, all right, doesn't matter, bro. But a day is coming, though, all right? A day is coming to where there won't be any doubt, any guessing, any speculations when Yahushua appears in their chariot, okay? The world going to see it. It will be televised, all right? It will be televised. Everybody going to see it, bro. It won't be no doubt on that day. And when Yahushua return, people are going to be confused, all right? Project Bluebeam can't compare to it, okay? I remember Project Bluebeam being spoken about years ago, in which he mentioned it. But look, man, when Yahushua come back, there won't be any doubt. As it says in the scriptures, every eye shall see him, okay? You're going to know that, all right, this is something that's not of this world. And people may scream alien. They may scream aliens, bugged out, not knowing what it is. But they're going to see Yahushua, the king. And it's going to mess them up. They're going to know in the spirit, man, that this is a higher power that has manifested itself, okay? And they're going to be terrified. So I want to go here to Acts 1, man, all right? Let's go here to Acts 1 to the prophecy that the angel gave about Yahushua. This is Acts 1:9. It says, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Now, for the umpteenth time, if you ask a Christian, right, if you corner him with this scripture, say, hey, man, what was this cloud that received the Lord out of the sight of the apostles? What was it? They got no answer. You know what? They may tell you it's Nimbus, right? The same cloud that Goku rides on Dragon Ball Z, right? They probably tell you that. But this cloud, man, all right, this is not no puffy white cloud, okay? Some heavily divine, floating. No. What came and got him, right? Something came to get him. All right. It was a so-called UFO. The Bible calls it a chariot of Israel. Okay. That is what came and got the Lord, man, out of their sight. He got beamed up into heaven out of their sight. This account or this verse should make you think about who? The prophet Elijah. What happened to the prophet Elijah, man? Something came and got him, bro. Okay? While he was with Elisha the prophet, or Elisha the prophet, right? Elisha saw that. And he was messed up in the head, man. He was messed up in the head by that event of seeing the chariots come down and beam up Elijah in his sight. Bro, you can only imagine, bro, the sighting of that, okay? Chariots coming in full power, came and got him. Bro, the feeling that he felt, bro, you can't even imagine the feeling, bro, that Elisha felt, okay? But it was a so-called UFO that came down and abducted, so-called, right? It came down and abducted Elijah the prophet, man. Also, it should make you think about Enoch, right? Many people have questions to what happened to Enoch, right? When it says, God took him and he was not. Well, what happened? Where did he go? Did he go to some hidden mountain? Where did the Lord took Enoch? The Lord sent a chariot, man. Okay, he sent a chariot and beamed up Enoch into that chariot, man. And whoever was there to behold that, okay, bro, you can only imagine, man. So the apostles got a chance to see Yahushua go up in the same fashion, man. Okay? A cloud received him out of their sight. Something came and got him. It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel. These two men are two angels. It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So the angel gave a prophecy to them, unto us, that Yahushua, whom you call Christ, his name is Yahushua, he's coming back in the same manner that he left in that so-called UFO. And we know, according to the scriptures, in 2 Ezra 13, it is a massive UFO, okay? The prophet Ezra likened it unto a mountain. He thought it was a mountain at first because of how big it was. But he said he looked to see the region from where the mountain was taken, and he could not. And why is that? Because it wasn't an actual mountain. It was a huge, massive chariot, okay, that Yahushua was flying on. That's how he's coming back. And in that day, there won't be any debates and back and forwards, and no, every eye shall see him. Matter of fact, let's grab that. Then I'll move on. Revelation 1. And verse 7 says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So he's coming back with clouds, meaning what? He's coming back with the angels. They're all going to be on chariots, man. They're all going to invade the earth, right, so to speak. It says, everybody going to see the Lord. Then it spoke about all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, meaning what? They're going to be in a state of grief and agony and confusion. I mean, just completely bugged out at what's happening, bro. At seeing Yahushua and the angels. Brother, that they're going to be crazy, man. That they're going to be crazy, man, because, you know, on one side of the world, right, sun going to be up, you know, but on the other side of the world, it's going to be dark. So you can imagine, bro, hey, the world going to stop that day, okay? It's going to stop, man. And the chariots of the Lord going to get loose and bring forth their judgment, all right? That needs to be brought forth to put an end to the madness in this world, okay? Because this next video here from the Diary of a CEO, okay? The title of his video is an ex-Google executive warning, the next 15 years will be hell before we get to heaven. And this guy idea of heaven or a utopia, right? Tranquility is giving power to AI, right? To artificial super intelligence, and let them dictate the world, right? That's his ideal of salvation. Letting AI, you know, set up everything, make the laws, ration out the resources, so on and so forth, right? This is his ideal of heaven. Complete madness. The Lord already has a plan to fix his earth, bro. It ain't with no damn artificial intelligence or no damn robots ruling every damn thing, okay? That ain't about to happen, bro. See, these guys, bro, these heathens got to be put in captivity. Their minds are against the Most High and his plans, bro. Some damn AI ruling the world, dictating. But come on, bro. But I'm going to play this here, man. The first portion, it says, the abundance utopia, right? Then I'll play AI ruling the world a little bit, right? But this is madness, man. Here we go.
One of the things I'm actually really compelled by is this idea of utopia and what that might look and feel like. Because one of the...
It may not be as utopia to you, I feel, but...
Well, I am... really interestingly, when I have conversations with billionaires, not recording, especially billionaires that are working on AI, the thing they keep telling me, and I've said this before, I think I said it in the Jeffrey Hinton conversation, is they keep telling me that we're going to have so much free time that those billionaires are now investing in things like football clubs and sporting events and live music and festivals because they believe that we're going to be in an age of abundance. This sounds a bit like utopia.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a lie, okay? You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's what's coming unto you, man. Not an age of abundance. They're talking about giving you universal basic income, okay? If all the jobs are taken by AI, then okay, so what man gonna do? Go to the football game, you know, man, come on, man. The Most High will not allow this shit to continue, bro. Okay? Some damn age of abundance. That's gonna be in the kingdom. Artificial intelligence is not bringing no age of abundance, bro. That's come on, man. That shit bugged out. They want everything but the Lord to rule the planet Earth, man. Everything but what Yahushua is, you know, set to do. He's set to restore righteousness back in the earth, man. He's set to rid this world of the evil rulers, man. Right? The so-called shadow government. He's coming to put an end to all that damn madness. Not artificial intelligence. Here we go.
Yeah. How do we get there?
I don't know.
This is the entire conversation. The entire conversation is what does society have to do to get there?
What does society have to do to get there?
We need to stop thinking from a mindset of scarcity.
And this goes back to my point, which is we don't have a good track record of that.
Yeah, so this is probably the reason for the other half of my work, which is, you know, I'm trying to say, what really matters to humans?
What is that?
If you ask most humans, what do they want most in life?
I'd say they want to love their family, raise
Love.
a family. Yeah.
Love. That's what most humans want most. We want to love and be loved. We want to be happy. We want those we care about to be safe and happy, and we want to love and be loved. I tend to believe that the only way for us to get to a better place is for the evil people at the top to be replaced with AI. Okay? Because they won't be replaced by us. And as per the second dilemma, they will have to replace themselves by AI. Otherwise, they lose their advantage. If their competitor moves to AI, if China hands over their arsenal to AI, America has to hand over their arsenal to AI.
Interesting. So let's play out this scenario. Okay, this is interesting to me. So if we replace the leaders that are power hungry with AIs that have our interests at heart, then we might have the ability to live in the utopia you described.
100%.
Will interesting.
And
Bugged out. Give AI all the power, and they'll bring utopia to the world. Not the Lord, but some freaking AI, man. The Most High is going to set up a righteous king, as he promised, to rule the world, man. Okay? Psalms 2. Psalms 2 and 6. It says, Psalms 2 and 6, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. This was promised to Yahushua, not to artificial intelligence, man. Okay? To dictate the world and ration out resources to mankind. That's complete madness, bro. And this is why you heathens got to go into captivity. You're crazy as hell, man. Verse 9 says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. This is what Yahushua coming to do. Because this guy here, not him, the other guy, him right here, Agent Baldhead, him. He's saying, give all the power to AI and let AI fix the world through their intelligence, you know, program them to love, right? These are fucking bro, these are machines that he's saying program the machine to love mankind so they can treat us right. You know, because the current rulers of the world ain't treating us right. So let's just give all the power and the influence to the artificial intelligence and they're going to give us a utopia that we're looking for. No, sir. AI is not promised to give us utopia or the kingdom of heaven. The Lord already got that plan written out, fool. It's going to be Yahushua. He's coming to establish that, man. He's coming to set up the throne of David and to put you heathens into subjection, right? This is why the world is out of whack, because you damn heathens have the power. Chiefly you Edomites, okay? But all you damn heathen, you all need to go into captivity, and Yahushua coming to do that. All right, he coming to put all you niggas into captivity, okay? Because you don't need no power, you don't need no authority, you don't need no say-so, no nothing. We've seen what you heathens have done to the world. You destroyed this motherfucker, dog. You destroyed the planet Earth, man. So Yahushua the King, he's coming to get rid of all of this stuff, man. Not no freaking AI, bro. Okay? This is total madness. The reason the world is out of whack is because there's no righteousness being pushed in the world on a global scale, man. As in by all these governments in the world, okay? These so-called leaders. They ain't pushing no righteousness, bro. Bible tells us that wickedness has consumed this world. Well, where the wickedness coming from? It's coming from man. Chiefly you damn heathens, bro. But his solution is to let AI dictate everything, right? I can't wait to slap a heathen in the kingdom, bro. Just shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up, bro. I am so sick of you goddamn heathens, bro. And your smelly asses, bro. All of y'all. I'm tired of all of y'all, bro. You don't have the answer, Sway. Here we go.
Rick has to hand over their arsenal to AI.
Interesting. So let's play out the scenario. Okay, this is interesting to me. So if we replace the leaders that are power hungry with AIs that have our interests at heart, then we might have the ability to live in the utopia you described.
100%.
Interesting.
And in my mind, AI by definition will have our best interest in mind, because of what normally is referred to as the minimum energy principle. So if you ask,
Heard that? In his mind, AI would have our interests, right? Not the Most High, but AI going to do it. These heathens, his head belongs on the floor. Okay, his head need to be severed and on the floor. What the hell is he talking about, bro? You heathens will not continue to rule the world, bro. Esau don't got 15 fucking years, dog. Bro, can you imagine the world in 15 years? That's like, what is that, 2040? Really, dude? It might be one fucking tree left. It might be one tree, 12 fishes, 2 dogs, 1 lion, 3 fucking birds. Okay? 15 years? Come on, bro. At the rate things are going, and AI, bro, come on, bro. No, sir. Now, if it's the Lord's will that 15 years of this happens, then that's the Most High will. But as Yahushua said, the time has been cut short. No flesh will be saved. But Esau will kill off everything in the world, bro. He's programmed to do that. Okay? Esau is programmed to kill off everything in the world. This is why Yahushua made the statement that he made. If the Most High didn't cut the time short, but everybody will die off because of Esau. And these heathens, man. They would kill off everything here, bro. So Yahushua has to intervene. Because if not, we're through. Okay? They're trying to replace everything with artificial intelligence, man. Robots and shit. I mean, bro, you know Esau want to get rid of Jake because there'll be no need for Jake anymore, right? If you got, you know, these super intelligent AIs, right, that can do everything, then yeah, shit. Esau just get rid of Jake. Here we go.
If you understand that at the very core of physics, okay, the reason we exist in our world today is what is known as entropy. Okay, entropy is the universe's nature to decay, you know, tendency to break down. You know, if I drop this you know, mug, it doesn't drop and then come back up. By the way, plausible. There is a plausible scenario where I drop it and the tea, you know, spills in the air and then falls in the mug. 1 in a trillion configurations. But entropy says because it's 1 in a trillion, it's never going to happen, or rarely ever going to happen. So everything will break down. You know, if you leave a garden unhedged, it will become a jungle. Okay, with that in mind, the role of intelligence is what? Is to bring order to that chaos. That's what intelligence does. It tries to bring order to that chaos. Okay, and because it tries to bring order to that chaos, the more intelligent a being is, the more it tries to apply that intelligence with minimum waste and minimum resources.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know that. So you can build.
Well, the Lord gonna bring that intelligence by setting up Israel. Wisdom of Solomon, hold up. Wisdom of Solomon 6. And what is 24? It says, but the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. But he's saying he want AI to be the multitude of the wise, right? He wanted AI to dictate everything and, you know, run everything, not man. Okay. And so, in other words, we'll never get the kingdom, according to him, because he wants AI to do everything. No, the Most High going to set up the throne of David. That's going to be the multitude of the wise, man. That will be the welfare of this world. That will set everything back in its proper order, bro. It's obvious that things are out of whack. Okay? From dating to the food to the environment, right? The economy, everything is out of whack. Because look, bro, Esau, he's wise, but he's wise in wickedness. It's not in Esau DNA. It's not in his spirit to heal the world, right? To save the children, to, you know, invest in organic food. No, Esau is the opposite of everything righteous. Okay, he's truly the opposite of everything righteous. That's Esau for you, man. A complete psychopath, right? Man destroyed the world. But the Most High going to set up a multitude of wise. And it's going to be the Israelites. It says, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. And Yahweh Shai going to be there for us, man. Because this ain't it, bro. And ain't no freaking AI gonna fix the earth, man. Okay.
Build this business for $1 million, or you can, if you can afford to build it for, you know, 200,000, you'll build it. If you are forced to build it for 10 million, you're going to have to, but you're always going to minimize waste and resources.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you assume this to be true, a super intelligent AI will not want to destroy ecosystems. It will not want to kill 1 million people, because that's a waste of energy, explosives, money, power, and people.
Nigga, how you know that? How you know? You don't know what the hell the damn AI do. Okay? You don't know, bro. You just talking, bro. These heathens need to be put in captivity, man. This got to be thrown in a dungeon and chained. Okay? Not free in the way. He's a danger to society. Talking like this, man. Everything he's saying is contrary to the Most High ways, bro.
But by definition, the smartest people you know, who are not controlled by their ego, will say that the best possible future for Earth is for all species to continue.
Okay, on this point of
AI is not human, though. AI is not human. You're saying what a human being would do. You don't know what the hell AI would do, bro. So why do you want AI to rule the world? They don't think how we think. They don't feel how we feel. But he's saying, oh, you can program it in there, bro. Nigga, shit, bro. Come on, bro. These people are dangerous, bro. They're dangerous. It's a dangerous mindset. Let robots dictate everything. Non-humans, right? They don't have no damn feelings. Okay, fool? Come on, man.
Of efficiency, if an AI is designed to drive efficiency, would it then not want us to be putting demands on our health services and our social services?
I believe that will be definitely true, and definitely they won't allow you to fly back and forth between London and California.
And they won't want me to have kids, because my kids are going to be an inefficiency.
If you assume that life is an inefficiency, so you see the intelligence of life is very different than the intelligence of humans. Humans will look at life as a problem of scarcity. Okay, so more kids take more. That's not how life thinks. Life will think that for me to thrive, I don't need to kill the tigers. I need to just have more deer. And the weakest of the deer is eaten by the tiger, and the tiger poops on the trees, and the deer eats the leaves, and right. So the smarter way of creating abundance is through abundance. The smarter way of propagating life is to have more life.
Okay, so you're saying that we're basically going to elect AI leaders to rule over us and make decisions for us in terms of the economy? And
I don't see any choice. Just like we spoke about self-evolving AIs.
Now, are those going to be human?
What? he don't see any choice, right? Just let AI do everything. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. Revelation 21. This is the utopia to come, okay? The kingdom. Revelation 21, verse 1 says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. All right. This is talking about a refreshed earth, a refreshed rulership, right? The kingdom of the Israelites. This is not saying that the Most High going to make a brand new sky and a whole new no. What he's going to do is destroy this present world. Right? He's going to destroy Esau and his power. These heathens are going to be destroyed by fire. And it's going to be ruled by the Israelites when the smoke clears, so to speak. It says, for the first heaven and the first earth pass away, meaning what? This present world, as we know it. This evil, wicked present world, man. It's going to be gone. A damn afterthought, okay? And it needs to happen, bro. Look at this mess. It says, and there was no more sea, meaning what? The heathen had no more power, no more rulership. They would never have rulership ever again, ever. In eternity, they wouldn't know how it feel to rule nothing. But their household probably, teaching the laws. That's it. But as far as authority, they ain't gonna have none of it. Nigga gonna get hit in the mouth. They can look forward to getting punched in the face for destroying the earth, man. It says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High to heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. What did John see in verse 2? He saw an actual building, but they represented the elect, okay? That's the New Jerusalem, man. The elect of Israel coming down out of them chariots, glorified, brand new bodies, okay? upgraded bodies, an upgraded mind, new covenant. That's going to be the new Jerusalem, man. It's the elect of Israel, okay? It says, and I heard a great voice from the heavens saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself, Yahweh, shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Guess what? Artificial intelligence can't do that for you, man. I don't give a damn how much power you give AI. They can't wipe away tears from Jake's eyes, because that's what it's talking about. The Lord is talking about wiping away the tears from Jake's eyes, okay? Not from you heathen, because you're going to cry. You're going to cry. In the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be crying you're going to be crying, boy, from the ass whooping y'all going to be getting, okay? The sorrow that you're going to suffer. Keep in mind, the curses are going on the heathens in the kingdom of heaven, man. They're going to be cursed. How Jake is, right, bro? Jake is cursed right now, bro. Destitute, destroyed. That's going to be the reality in the kingdom of heaven. Cursed, destroyed, man. At the bottom, losing, okay? They're going to be losing, right? It says, and the Most High shall wipe away tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death. For who? For the Israelites. Neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. This is all for the Israelites, okay? Because you heathens, you will die in the kingdom of heaven. You will sorrow, you will cry, you're going to suffer pain, much pain. Especially if you're an Edomite, sucks to be you, because you're going to suffer pain, right? Like an old boy said on Rocket. Oh, what's his name? Damn, I forget his name. But he'll do that. He did that interview, and they asked him. He said pain. I forget his name, but it's been a long time since I watched that movie. But yeah, pain gonna be issued out to you heathens, bro. A rod of iron, okay? That's gonna be your food. Get your butt whooped, man, for talking crazy and doing what you have done, okay? But moving on here. All right, get ready to close out. Study came out. This is from Valuetainment. It says, make moms great again. The U.S. faces crisis as birth rates hit all-time low. This ain't no surprising news, okay? Babylon is finished, right? This economy is trash. The dating scene is trash, okay? Feminism has destroyed women. Planned Parenthood. I mean, it is crazy out here. And plus, people barely can, people barely can afford stuff, man. Why keep having kids if you barely can survive? It won't be wise to do, man. Now, you can't stop the Lord's plans, right? But this is a result of wickedness, cruelty in this society, man. Men don't want to date anymore. Women all messed up now. Now they out here just licking on each other, right? Through. But I'm gonna play some of this here.
U.S. birth rate hits an all-time low, folks. CDC says all-time low at 1.59. Never in the history of America have we hit 1.59. That's absolutely terrible for America to continue getting bigger. Terrible to be at 1.5. Let me read this number to you. The fertility rate in the U.S. dropped to an all-time low, 1.59. Children being born per women inching down from a 1.62 in 2023 According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control, CDC, National was once amongst the few developed countries and a rate ensuring generational replacement in about 2.1 kids per woman, but it has been sliding down for nearly 2 decades. As more women wait longer to have children or opt out entirely, Leslie Root, a University of Colorado Boulder researcher focused on fertility and population policy, said, we're seeing that as part of an ongoing process on fertility delay. We know that the U.S. population is still growing, and we still have a natural increase, more births than death. Rob, can you pull up the number, history of birth rate in U.S.? If you can just pull it up going all the way back, I'd be curious to know what that looks like. Tom, your thoughts on the story here, 1.59.
Well, guess what? Once upon a time, we had a baby boom because men came home from serving in the war. Some didn't at the end of World War II. God rest their souls. Thank you for their service to the family. And
if you want to build an app and have no idea how to code or where to start, check out Base 40.
And we had a baby boom because they came home and the country of freedom had a booming economy. Things were going on. And the baby boom was a result of people coming home to have families. You know, the God tells us be fruitful and multiply. And it was a largely Judeo-Christian construct there. And now what we have is we devalue life. You know, kids are an inconvenience. Kids are a financial hardship. Kids are this. And we're forgetting what's there. We then turn away from marriage. And we're married than ever. And we now look back and we say, no, wait a minute, what's happened? We're not getting married. We're not having families. We're not forming a family, and we're having fewer kids. Well, when you tell everybody that the value of a human life is negligible and is circumstantial because it's all for the best, and maybe you could just have the abortion now, maybe it's all for the best, and you make it circumstantial financial, then you tell everybody, you know, about the value of women's independence and things, and you lose family. You lose family. So you lose family as a construct that helps build countries. And then you look back years later and you look at charts and you go, hey, wow, people are having fewer kids. And that's what's happened over time. Pat, this is the outcome. You know, at times I talk about upstream, downstream, and it's not my theories. This is real. Upstream, we devalued the family. We devalued human life. We told men and women that they didn't have really wonderful roles in society. We told one was better than the other and one was better than the other. And we did that. And now downstream, what do we have? You know, a shrinking, families in America where this used to be just the most wonderful thing is you want to have 3 kids, have 3 kids. You know, Kim and I would have had more. You know, the calendar caught up with us because we got married late. And I know, Pat, you said you would have had more.
I would have 20.
Exactly. So it's not.
And by the way, when I say 20, people, honestly,
they laugh, but you're
no, they think I'm joking.
Yeah. I know you're
serious. I would have 20 kids.
I believe you.
Yep.
People look at you like, oh, okay. Yeah,
no, this isn't sarcasm or joke. I would have 20 kids. By the way, do you know when was the highest we ever hit birth rate in America? You know what the number is?
Number 3.5.
We hit 3.77 in 1957.
The baby boom.
That's right. 3.77 in 1957. A couple things to be thinking about, Rob. Can you pull up the average price of a home in 1957?
And now we have financial stresses on people.
Average price of a house in 1957 was what?
Sorry, that's the wrong year. And do you have a multiple on income?
You put 1857. Rob just went back 100 years.
Sorry.
That's
Civil War
sick.
vibes.
He's like 1957. The average price of a house was $12,220. Can you type in the average income? Oh, right there. It says it right there. Income is $5,000. So what is the average? So $5,000.
2.4 right there.
So 2.4. What is that today? What is the home to price income ratio in 2025?
Shout out to Rob.
2025. Yeah. 2025. 2.4. That number is going to be.
Bro, it's a multitude of things, man. As the dude speak about some of those things, this world is through, bro. It's trash. Okay, it's trash. Everybody's suffering. It ain't gonna get no better until Yahweh come. Point blank. Period. Okay. The only solution is the kingdom. That's it, man. Because in our kingdom, right, when Yahweh come back, we're going to have plenty of kids. It's in prophecy. We're going to have plenty of kids. Why? Because the environment going to be just right for it. Okay? We will have a booming economy in the kingdom. And we can pop them out as many as we want. In abundance, man. Isaiah 60. Starting verse 21, it says, thy people shall be all righteous. Okay, so amongst Jake, there will be no adultery. Okay? There will be no pimping going on. Our women won't be whores and sluts. Okay? They won't have multiple baby daddies. That stuff gonna stop. Okay? You're gonna have your own women. You women will have your own husbands for eternity. That's gonna be your man. Okay? Ain't no divorcing going on. Ain't no, intermediate breakups, take a break, and you go on Facebook and find somebody else. Nope. Once you're in that man, do, that's your husband for eternity. You can't give nobody else. You won't give nobody else. Okay? And you're going to love your man because you're going to be in your right mind to understand and love your husband. Right? It says, they shall inherit the land forever. See that? We're going to have the land. So we're going to have land, which means we're going to have resources. Okay? We're going to have resources, man, to give unto our children, unto our wives. Right? We're going to have so much land, right? Our kids can go play for miles. They can really go for miles and just go play in your land, man. It's going to be beautiful, right? It says, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. So the Lord going to turn a small family into a nation of people, man. You got a household of 3. In the kingdom, there's going to be a nation. One Israelite family going to become a nation, bro. Do you know how powerful that is? Like, you know how many kids that's going to be from one Israelite man to where his family is going to be a nation to his own. So you want to talk about abundance and a utopia, and bro, we're going to have that. Matter of fact, this whole chapter goes into us having abundance, having unlimited resources, man. So yeah, right now people going to, not having any kids and, stressed out, bills and shit. Yeah, nobody gonna have no kids, bro. People don't feel like it anymore, man. And then, bro, look, you get some of these women pregnant, man, they go, they go and abort your child, man. Or if they have it, they use it as a weapon to bind you into payments, okay? All of that gonna stop in the kingdom, bro. They're gonna stop, man, the day Yahweh Shai come back, they're gonna stop, bro. So yeah, it's bad. Now, last video from a homestead journey. It says America is turning into a country people want to escape from. No shit. It's terrible. This society is terrible, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna play this little bit. Then I'm gonna close out, bro. How long I've been going? 53 minutes. Okay.
And every single one of those 5 homes are under contract for over $1 million. So that's telling me that the wealthy are leaving. Back in the day when I was closing over 120 transactions per month, I would maybe have 1 seller per year selling their home to move abroad. But to have 5 all at once and above the $1 million price point, this is North Carolina and South Carolina markets, okay? This is not California. This is North Carolina, South Carolina, okay? It's like, I'm not an economist, but this is like a red flashing light warning. I have never seen this in 15 years that I've been in the real estate industry. So yeah, just a little random factoid for you on this Wednesday morning.
So I've made a decision and I'm moving to Bali. I'm getting my kids up out of America because it sucks here. I can't stand it. I hate it. ugh, I am ready to move. I've been doing so much research, been getting my paperwork together, talked to a realtor, trying to get my cash flow together, getting my things settled because it's happening. Like, I am over America. I'm over it. And I know I'm not the only one, but if I could just get at least like one of my family members or like one of my real friends to go with me, please, because I am so kind of scared. But why not?
We are very, very seriously starting to consider leaving the United States. And I just want to hear from someone who's done it. Where did you go? How did you decide that's where you're going? How did you get a visa? Do all of that? Just, I'm definitely like researching on my own, but like if there was someone I could connect with who's done this before, like I just would love to utilize you as a resource. And yeah, if we can help one another, please.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm leaving the US for good this time. It feels so weird actually, because before we were just using the vacation visa because we wanted to make sure it's somewhere we want to be. We got our actual 4-year visa and we're leaving. It was just time. We're being priced out. We're exhausted. This rat race is like, that's not how we want to go out. It feels so surreal right now because it's like official. Like we have the visas. Well, my husband does. I have to work on getting mine when we get back. But like, this is it. I am both extremely happy and very sad at the same time. As I'm gonna miss my family. But we just decided we're not gonna let anything stop us from living a life that makes us happy. And this life that we have chosen is what brings us joy.
And here we are. There's Mom. Say hi, Mom. This is Cam.
Hi.
Where are we going?
Albania.
Albania. Why are we going there?
Why?
Yeah.
For a better life.
That's a great answer. Okay, look at all this stuff. Okay. We are trying to solve right now, including, this is a little sad for me. My art supplies. School was a long time ago. I could buy new paint.
Okay, when is your now's my time to get out moment? Like now is the time to like, now I'm gonna leave. Like when is your like, this is the moment? Like, is it when they start arresting journalists? Like when is it? Guys, like for us, it was a year ago. It was a year ago. And it took us about 9 months beginning to end to get out of the country. So if you are thinking about possibly leaving, or if you have a way to possibly get out, or you want to start researching and looking into like ways to maybe leave, do it now. The best time was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Start now. Because look at what's been going on and all the crazy things that have happened. We moved in April and I cannot believe the amount of insane things that have been happening in the last 3 months alone. Imagine where we're going to be 3 months from now.
The rat race that is living in the United States. This culture of workaholics, this culture of trauma bonding, this culture of stress and anxiety being the norm. Y'all, that's not supposed to be normal. Me and my husband did not realize how stressed out we were until we left the United States. We decided we wanted to live a slower life. We wanted to live a more peaceful life. We wanted to live a life where people actually had community. We wanted to live a life where people actually went outside and everybody wasn't just addicted to screens. And y'all, I'm telling you, our mental, physical, spiritual health has never been better. If you want to leave the United States in 2025, I promise it is possible for you, but you got to take action to make it happen.
I left America 6 months ago and my life is infinitely better. Let's talk about it. First things first, I've talked about this in other videos, but it cost me around $1,000 to leave the States, which is significantly less money than I ever anticipated. And I think it's a really important thing for everyone to be talking about, that it actually costs a lot less than you might think to leave the US. Since moving abroad, these are the things that have improved in my life. First and foremost, my physical health is infinitely better. Why? The food is better. The air quality is better. I'm happier. I'm less stressed out. Medicine and healthcare is way more affordable. Like we're talking apples and oranges. People are nicer here because they are happier here. It is significantly easier to cultivate community in a place where people are trusting and loving and empathetic and kind. And I cannot stress this enough. My central nervous system is relaxed and calm for the first time in my life.
I thought leaving the country was going to be like the biggest culture shock. Turns out the biggest culture shock was actually moving back to America, man. So we've been back, back in the States from Thailand. We lived in Thailand for 9 months straight. Completely 90 days since we've been back, like trying to get back to used to driving the car. But off real, just the prices, man. Like the first day we touched back down, like we spent $300 immediately. And that doesn't sound like much because we're used to spending that here. But man, like in Thailand, that was my rent for the month. So I legit just dropped my rent payment.
We know things are changing in the US. I acknowledge leaving is a privilege. Not everyone can do it. Many don't want to. Some want to stay and fight. Some want to stay because they have to or have other obligations. I get it. If you're staying, what is the plan? How do you plan to protect your income, protect your families, protect your food supply? What adjustments do you?
Yeah, Babylon finished, man. The wickedness of this country has destroyed it. It's been wicked, okay, but now it's overwhelming. It's draining. Work is draining. All of this shit is draining. And it sucks. And the Most High is getting ready to destroy this place. That's why everybody's so down, so depressed, bro. Esau kingdom falling, bro. And look, bro, you have to be on drugs or under the influence to enjoy yourself in America. That's crazy. Okay? But this is where we're at, man. So I'm going to get this here. Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is where we at, man. But I pray it was edifying, bro. I close out here. I'll praise you. How about Shema Shabbat Shalom. Shalom.